Hey, my name's Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Today we're going to talk about first quarter Alabama lottery. Let's see what we got. So, with the first quarter lottery this year, this is the first time Alabama's going to do this. They normally had a monthly drop date, and then at the end of the year, they had a big lottery. They changed the rules up for 2023, and now there's a quarterly lottery. Today was the first quarterly lottery for March, and what that means is you put your name in for a lottery position. If you get selected, you're one of 50 people that would be assigned to that store for a guaranteed slot in the line. And then after that, they would have a walk-up line. I submitted my name back in February, was told, by text and email, I did not win a position. So then what I have to do at that point is determine, is it worth me getting up early to know that I'm going to be potentially at the very best 51st in line if everyone from the lottery shows up. And so I said, well, this is part of a year-long project. Let me see what's going to be available. Let me see what it's like when you don't win a lottery slot in the state of Alabama, and what it's like if you're kind of at the tail end of things after the lottery people have taken their slots, and then went ahead and moved into position. So when I got there, it was about 4:30 this morning, and in my position, I was the 10th person in the walk-up line, which means at very first, I was going to be the 60th person to come in that store, the 50 lottery winners, and then I was 10th in walk-up. The best part about the walk-ups is actually hanging out with the people. Got to talk to a gentleman by the name of Chris. He's someone that's seen my videos, super great guy. Him and his brother-in-law were there, got to talk with them, got to go over some things, got to they got to tell me some of the thoughts they had, and I got to share with them too. And I'm looking forward to getting Chris some samples here, so I'm very stoked about that. But you get to meet people, and you get to talk about things that you guys enjoy. Another gentleman, KJ, I've met up there a few times. He's always great to talk to. He got some insight on some things that, we both like a specific distillery in this area, and we're expecting great things out of him. We talked a little shop on that. He got a bottle of something that I've been trying to get, and he said, hey, maybe I can get you a sample of that. And I'm like, man, that is awesome. What can I get you? So that's the best part about that sometimes is the people. You get to hang out, you get to talk with the people. But then it comes, about 9:30 Central Time, your lottery winners have to be there. And if they're not there at 9:30, they go to the back of the walk-up line. So 50 people, you're thinking, if you put your name in for this, you should be showing up. Of the 50 people, only 38 showed up. And you're like, okay. But the oddest part is 2 of the top 5 didn't even show up, which means that a Heaven Hill 20 that would have gone into one of their hands or both of their hands was now available to somebody else because they didn't even show up for the lottery. Kudos and congrats to those people. That's awesome. But at the end of the day, what that did is it put me in 48th position in the line. So I would have been at the tail end of the lottery if I would have received the number. If I'd have got number 48, this is kind of what I would have expected or could have expected to get. Very strange this year, or at least this month. They didn't post the bottle numbers up on the windows. We were getting pictures from people all over the state of Alabama. Here's the quantities they've got at this store. Here's the quantities they got at this store. They never posted the quantities at the Auburn store. Don't know why they didn't post any. Maybe it was just an oversight on their end, but they didn't post anything. So when I got to go in, right before me, there's Chris and his brother-in-law, and there was another gentleman there. They were still able to get an Antique 107, barrel select pick. There was a E.H. Taylor single barrel. So those 2 bottles were the last of those bottles, and they went right before me. So coming in at 48th, I'll share the 2 bottles that I did get. So the first one, if people that know, I am a big Elijah Craig fan. They did have the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A123. You know, was able to get it at a state regulated price at a bottle that I really like. Now this is now a backup bottle for me. I've had one that's open, and so now I have kind of a bunker bottle. So you know, it wasn't over the moon joyed about it, but I do now have a backup bottle for this, and it was at a good price. The second bottle, you know, was something I was actually kind of hoping that I would have the opportunity for. You know, there was a lot of other bottles I would have much rather had, but I thought if they're not there, I would be really interested in this bottle. And that one is the Bernheim Barrel Proof. It's a wheat whiskey. So, you know, I'm thinking, okay, I've never had a true wheat whiskey. Wanted to sample this, wanted to try this, and this will be something in a video upcoming, maybe even this weekend, where I said, okay, this is something I've been looking for. So I figured, you know, if you're coming in that tail end of the Alabama lottery, you're not going to get some of the top tier bottles. You know, they had some Old Forester Rye, which I would have been very interested in, the E.H. Taylor Single Barrel, Antique 107, a lot of good stuff there that lasted all the way through the 40s, you know, into the mid 40s, but at the tail end at 48, these are the best two bottles available for me. And this is what I had. So, you know, would I say, is Walk Up worth it on a quarterly? I would say unless you're really searching for something on the lower end of that list. They had Weller Special Reserve. They had plenty of the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof still left. I would say, nah, it's probably not worth the time that you're going to invest in it. If you have a lottery number, absolutely. Because even it showed if you were number 5, you had the potential for one of the top 3 bottles there because people just didn't show up. All that being said, this is what we've got this month for this, and this is what would have been the first quarter results if you were the tail end of that lottery and everybody showed up. I hope you all have an amazing day. Looking forward to sampling this and getting a review out on this. And Elijah Craig, as you may well know, I love. So I'm good with that. But thank you for everything. I appreciated meeting everyone out there today. I appreciate the conversations. I appreciate the different insights into things. And I'm going to go mow some grass. So y'all have a great day. Thank you.